Hi, I'm Ricardo Mead, founder and director of the El Socorro Center for Wildlife Conservation. And we're here today with the Nurture Nature campaign to teach you about the harmful trade in the Amazonian parrots like my friend Cuckoo here, and more importantly, what you can do about it.
Amazon parrots are among the most iconic species in Trinidad and Tobago. We see and hear them in the sky daily, but many of us also know someone who has a pet Amazon parrot. So how do these wild birds end up in cages? These lovely birds are orange-winged Amazon parrots, which is native to Trinidad, and the yellow-crowned Amazon, which is actually native to Central and South America, but is now found in Trinidad and Tobago. They are two of the most commonly kept pet parrots in the country. So, what's the problem with getting a pet parrot? First, the birds experience horrible cruelty in the pet trade. Almost every pet parrot you encounter was stolen from its parents' nest as a chick. There is no official captive breeding program in Trinidad and Tobago. So, to get pet parrots, people poach them from the wild. This happens locally, but large numbers of birds are also trafficked into the country from the mainland in terrible conditions. They suffer dehydration and starvation, and are even drowned when traffickers who fear being caught dump their cargo into the sea. For every bird that survives the trip, countless more die. The second problem is that the few that survive can bring dangerous diseases across our borders. Many people who buy parrots report that a bird was sick when they got it. These poor animals don't receive veterinary care or go through quarantine. They are kept in overcrowded, unsanitary conditions that promote infection. This puts local bird populations at serious risk and could even pose risks to human health. The third problem is that these animals often suffer in captivity. Many people who get parrots don't actually know how to look after them. For example, there is a common misconception that parrots should be fed bread and milk or sunflower seeds. These are actually junk foods that lack nutrients. The parrot's diet requires a complex blend of fruits, veggies, and proteins, which you can learn about from your veterinarian. Another mistake keepers make is cramming the poor birds into tiny cages where they can't even spread their wings. This is cruel and causes them to suffer muscle atrophy and maddening boredom. Parrots are highly intelligent, sociable birds. They need plenty of space, toys, and attention. They are a huge commitment since they can live for up to 80 years, but too many die young from poor care. So how can you combat the harmful trade in pet parrots? First, don't buy wild. If you want a pet bird, choose one that is captive bred, like a lovebird or canary. If you really want a parrot, adopt one from someone who cannot care for it. Take the time to learn about its needs. Make sure you can look after it properly. Make sure that you can meet the government's permitting requirements and that your bird has regular checkups with a veterinarian who can provide guidance about its diet, correct enclosure size, safe toys, and more. Second, if you can't look after your parrot, don't release it into the wild. Remember that non-native parrots can harm local parrots by competing with them for food and territory and can spread diseases to them. Also, consider that captive birds can die easily after being released since they lack the strength and skill to survive in the wild. If you cannot care for your bird, you should relinquish it to a wildlife rehabilitation center or rehome it with someone who can look after it. Third, report cases of suspected trafficking or animal abuse to the authorities. This includes the illegal capture and sale of parrots outside of hunting season, and keeping parrots in undersized cages where they can't spread their wings. In Trinidad, you can contact the Forestry Division or the Department of Natural Resources and Forestry in Tobago. You can also make an anonymous report via Crime Stoppers TT. We humans have a responsibility to protect Amazon parrots and the beautiful biodiversity of Trinidad and Tobago. So remember, don't buy wild.